Hey guys, Lisa here with another From Dumpy to Diva Itrackbites tutorial. In this tutorial, I want to talk about activity points. We get questions all the time about what's the difference between an activity point and a weekly point, and how do you use one over the other. Basically, there is no difference. A point is a point, a byte is a byte. But some people like to use activity points because they feel like they've earned them, as opposed to weeklies, which are just given as part of the program. If you want to use your activity points first, you just need to set that up in your settings. And there are a couple of different variations that you can use. So to start, you're going to go to the gear cog setting in the bottom right-hand corner, and then you're going to go into your settings, the fourth line down, your settings tab. Now in here, we can change a couple of things. If you come down to extra allowances, you can either use your weeklies first, your activity first, or manually redeem as you go. For this tutorial, we're going to talk about activity. So you're going to select that you want to use your activity first. Now you then have another option. In that activity allowance, do you want to use your activity points weekly or daily? The big difference here is that if you choose weekly, your activity points will accumulate throughout the week and then will reset on the day that your next week starts. If you choose daily, you basically have a use 'em or lose 'em principle. And this was the way that it worked in the original points program and to some degree in the Points Plus program, that you earn them and you could use them on that day, but they didn't really accumulate, certainly not like Fit Points do now in Sugar Smart and Better Balance. But let's say, for example, that I wanted to use my activity first, and I wanted it to accumulate during the week because I wanted to save up for something on the weekend or an event that was coming up. So I'm going to choose weekly there, and then I'm going to save. Okay. So now what happens is any activity that I have tracked during that week will show up under the activity remaining numeric on the left-hand side of your screen. So on Carb Conscious, everybody gets 49 weeklies, and those weeklies do not decrease as your weight decreases. So unless I was using them throughout the week, that's what the total for that is going to be. Now, in this example, I have gone ahead and put in activity worth 12 activity points on yesterday. And so today, let's say, for example, that I went out to dinner at Applebee's, and I'm just going to do this as an example to put it over my daily total just to show you what happens. So let's say I'm going to change this to 4 servings. 3 servings will be fine. That'll put it over the daily total. So if I track that, you'll see that my weeklies are still 49 weeklies remaining, and that it has taken those extras that I needed off of my activity remaining. So now anything that I tracked extra on that day, if I had a bowl of Cheerios, for example, it will continue taking those out of my activity column until I reach a point where I don't have any activity remaining. So if I added some milk, and let's just say, just to make that go over. Okay. So once I use all of my activity, then it will start coming out of weeklies. So if I used all of my dailies here in the middle, then with the settings set up the way that I just showed you, you would then use your activity until they were gone. And then once those are gone, then it will start coming out of your weeklies. Some people really like that system. And some people do use this on a daily basis, where whatever you've earned that day, you have available to you. And then the following day, that would be back to 0. And anything that you had left over is just gone. So completely up to you how you want to do those extra points, whether you want to do activities or weeklies. But this is how you would set up your activity points if you wanted to use those.